protested his ignorance of any criminal organisation capable of carrying out these terrible murders. In this, he is completely and finally vindicated. We'd like to pay particular tribute to the Criminal Justice Review Agency, who have been instrumental in reopening the case and bringing it back before the Court of Appeal.
I did it. I killed them.
I'm going home.
Jesus, Rose. You can't keep drinking like this. You're a diabetic.
I'm sorry.
I don't understand. You uncovered a serious miscarriage of justice. The police are being investigated. It's a massive success story for the agency.
You did it, Derek. 8 years ago, you took some 50-year-old crook and his wife to a lock-up in Plaistow and tortured them to death.
How do you know?
Because he bloody told me! On the steps of the appeal court, for Christ's sakes!
What were you planning on doing about this?
Put it all in my letter of resignation.
Give it to me. The agency's job is to review the evidence, find out if there's been a miscarriage of justice, and refer it to appeal. We don't need to tell anyone we've developed a sideline in acquitting the guilty.
You can't stop me from resigning. Maybe I'll speak to the press.
And I'll make sure you never work in criminal law again.
And what makes you think I care?
You care. There's a management study going on downstairs. They've been asking for someone to give them hands-on perspective.
I am a caseworker. I get people out of prison.
Yeah. You're doing it a bit too well, aren't you? I'll reallocate your cases. No field work, nothing.
You can't do that.
What are your alternatives, Rose?
Hello?
Oh, are you my secondment?
Apparently.
Maloney.
Rose Linden.
Well, let me fill you in. We're reviewing the management of rejected cases over the last 3 years, basically to see if we could have turned them down more time effectively.
Riveting.
I find it quite interesting.
Look, Maloney. You should know this is shit work as far as I'm concerned. My boss is trying to bury me.
Doesn't he like you?
No.
Actually, I recognize your name. You are, by quite some way, the least efficient caseworker on the agency.
That's because I do it properly.
Well, I guess for you, it's all about getting the right outcome, isn't it? So, shall we make a start? I've designed some assessment software. What we do is marry the efficiency criteria with what actually happened in the case. And that means we cross-reference with the online file archive to check the time parameters, how many days it took to reach a decision, how many man-hours.
Why are you coming wild to my party?
Doesn't make any difference, Jonathan. Nobody can touch you.
Thanks to you.
Why'd you tell me?
Because you're a stuck-up bitch who thinks they know everything. Give me a kick. Like that dozy little sod in Play Store when I took his old lady's fingers off with a Stanley knife. 1, 2, 3. You gotta live on the edge a little. Enjoy life. You're giving me a lot of pleasure, Rose.
I'll come back for you.
Oh, I hope so. I'd like that.
This tape's got separated from its bundle. Did you notice which, there's no label, you see?
They'll identify it verbally.
You have got to tell us what you've done.
I tell you, I don't know.
Just say where she is. If you put us somewhere.
I haven't. Why don't you believe me? I haven't seen
What
Lucy,
did you
Mum. I haven't
do?
seen her.
What did you do?
I haven't done anything. Mum. I got it wrong.
Tell us where she is. Maybe you didn't hurt her.
God, I didn't.
David McVeigh, informal interview concluded 7:30. Suspect has left the room.
David McVeigh, convicted of the abduction and murder of Lindsay McVeigh, age 14, 1997. You were the assessment manager.
Yeah, I think I remember it. It was his daughter.
They didn't find a body.
It didn't meet the criteria. No new evidence.
Did you listen to the tape? Oh, you should. He sounds totally bewildered, as if...
What? Tape? I rejected the application because he's guilty, Rose.
Doesn't feel right.
Feelings don't count. And if you remember that, you wouldn't be working down in the basement. There's no miscarriage of justice here. And you're currently not engaged on casework. End of story. I'm on your side, you know. You have a way of going about things. It just makes life difficult.
I never repeat a mistake, Derek. Not unless I've enjoyed myself.
Bitch.
You have got to tell us what you've done.
I tell you, I don't know.
Just say where she is. If you
I
put us
don't know.
somewhere.
I haven't. Why don't you believe me? I haven't seen Lucy, Mum. I haven't
Oh,
seen
God,
her.
what did you do?
I haven't done anything. Mum. They got it wrong.
Just tell us where she is. Maybe
I
you
don't know
didn't
where she
hurt
is.
her.
Oh, God, I didn't.
Insulin.
Why don't you believe me? It's all
Sugar. Sugar.
How much? How much sugar?
Oh. What time is it?
Some 10 past midnight. You okay?
You see, sometimes I don't realize I'm getting hyperglycemic.
Must be scary.
Oh, people have diabetes and deal with it. I just need to be better with my routines, eating and insulin and...
You seemed hot. I wasn't quite sure what was required.
Thanks for bringing my stuff back. Would you mind not mentioning this at work? Oh, they don't like instability. Mr. McVeigh? Mr. McVeigh, we're from the Criminal Justice Review Agency. Do you understand what that is? We try to find out the truth if someone's been put in prison by mistake. I thought it might be a good idea for us to talk about your case.
They don't let me see her.
Who won't, David?
No pictures. They take everything away.
David, I read a letter from your mother. She says that she believes you didn't kill Lindsay. So, is that true?
It's all in the past. It's hard to remember.
Try.
Tuesday is choir practice. I always said to her not to go near the back of the factory. But it's quicker that way. She finishes at 8:15. They say that I made my last delivery at the pub on the Newham Road at about 7:30. It was a fridge. And on the way home, I decided to get some food from the Chinese takeaway. So I rang from the phone box inside to say, did somebody want anything? But nobody did. I remember I had Peking duck. And then they said that I drove across to the back of the car plant because I knew that she'd be walking through the underpass at the top end of the feeder road. And that I was waiting for her. They said that was when I dragged her into the back of the van and that I raped her and hurt her so much and that her blood was all over the cardboard in the back and that she was dead.
And are they right about that, David?
I was just angry with her. We'd had words.
Right. And then did you kill Lindsay? He had the time to do it. He knew where she was going to be. Made his delivery, drove there, waited for her.
Maybe.
Her blood was all over the inside of her van, semen. Just like that. Easy. You said maybe.
Well, just driving a route isn't a scientifically conducted time management exercise. But the forensic evidence looks pretty serious. Sort of open and shut, isn't it?
Maybe.
Do you think he might be innocent? Based on what?
A feeling.
That's all you go on?
You saw him. If he did it, they'd have found a body. Because they'd have got it out of him sooner or later. Let's go and see his mother.
In the sense, yeah? Yeah.
Isn't it about time you told them that you've lost your driving license?
Just relax, Maloney. Anybody'd think you preferred sitting in an office. Mrs. McVeigh?
Yes?
I'm from the Criminal Justice Review Agency.
Lost. Come in.
You spent a lot of time on this, Mrs. McVeigh.
It's all I do. There's a mistake in here somewhere. My Davy would never kill Lindsay. He loved her so much, he would never have done that.
I'd love a cup of tea.
It looks bad. It's always looked bad.
You were close to David's children.
Used to have them every weekend. Go shopping. Have a cracking time. Nobody comes now. She won't let them. That's Kathy. I thought she'd be right for him. David's always been unusual. But she's not a good person. Lindsay, little Cameron, and Craig, my other son. He doesn't speak to me either. I always ordered the school photos. That's all there is of Lindsay, though. That's where she finishes. Just one mistake. Walk back by herself and she's gone. Can you believe that?
I think we should go and talk to Kathy.
Well, you can try, love. She's next door.
Band on air, boys, mid-battle and a maid of honour prepared to look forward to battle shed. You looking forward to tonight?
Yes, can't wait to get some video.
What sort of things are you going to be doing?
Well, just basically going around the float, see how they're going, maybe stick to down on the float.
Hi, Cameron.
Making the float somewhere.
Can I see your mum? She's not here.
Katie and Emily, Miss Great Britain, and a host of other regional beauty queens.
Piss off.
Hey, kid, go and get your mum now. Go on.
Mum, I think it's a social.
Go out and play.
I'm watching telly.
Just bloody go. Hi, I'm Rose Linden from the CJRA. You what? We investigate possible miscarriages of justice. You're not letting that bastard out. Jesus Christ, you know what he did to her? Mrs. McVeigh, I know this is difficult, but I just wanted to go over a couple of things.
Who's this, Kath?
They're going to let David out.
No, they won't. She don't want to speak to you.
You're David's brother, aren't you?
None of your business.
It's just a couple of questions, that's all. David mentioned to me that Lindsay and he had fallen out about something the night she went missing, and I just wanted to ask Mrs. McVeigh.
Don't you understand? He can't just turn up and... He was screwing his daughter. Okay.
Don't.
Look at her. He's ruined her. He's dragged us in the muck. You got any idea what that means? What people say about us?
I don't know. What do they say about you, Mr. McVeigh?
You better get out of here, okay? Or I'll phone the police.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I can request that Mrs. McVeigh...
Ain't you listening?
Excuse me.
He came for me.
Is this how you always do it? Charging around, upsetting people?
You ever spent a night locked in a cell? One night locked in. It's horrible. It's a horrible, claustrophobic, dirty hell. Now, you multiply that one night by 15 years. Say about 6,000 nights, and then imagine that you didn't do what they say you did. And once someone's been convicted, nobody wants to believe that they might have been wrong. They just want it to go away. So sometimes I have to ruffle a few feathers, because that's never as bad as someone being in prison for something they didn't do.
I see. So you're a sort of Dirty Harry. Gets results for you, then.
Oh, you can be a little bit nasty yourself, can't you, Maloney? Well, over here.
This isn't where you live.
That's Jonathan's house. I got him acquitted at the appeal court last week. You ever made a mistake, Maloney? Like a really big one?
Well, I have some regrets about, not taking my chartered surveyor exams.
That's it? You never got fined for being drunk, got your credit card taken away, nearly had babies by mistake, accidentally screwed your boss because you got strangely obsessed by what they might look like naked?
Nope.
No. No, I can see that. He's my worst mistake.
What kind of feeling did you have about him?
That'd be great in the sack.
What you gonna do?
going to find David McVeigh's daughter. Then I'm going to put this guy back in jail. Thanks for the lift, Maloney. I'll be fine now.
Did you get the number? Got it.
Do you want me to take care of it?
No, it's okay. It's no problem. Kind of enjoying the attention.
You've been playing silly buggers.
No, that was Mum. She wrote a letter.
I've spoken to her. She knows she made a mistake.
Please ask Kathy to come.
You know she won't. You did a terrible thing.
I didn't.
Yes, David. You killed Lindsay. There's no getting around it, is there?
No.
No, you've got to shut up about everything. Otherwise, I won't be able to look after Kathy. It will make things bad for her. Do you understand me, David? How bad it could be for her? David?
Yes.
Rose, are you ever in? We've waited long enough to meet your young man. Bring Mickey to dinner next Thursday so your father can cast an eye.
Hello, Rose, it's Mickey. Somebody said you rang. Anyway, I just called to say I miss you. Wish I could be there with you. You know I'd give anything. I love you, babe. Love you so much.
After you.
Oh, don't be such a pussy. Oh, Rose, come in. What's the problem, Wendy?
I'll tell you the problem. We've had notification of an unannounced visit to Longton Prison to visit David McVeigh.
They're asking if we can please observe the paperwork in future. Right, let me try and
I specifically instructed you to lay off David McVeigh. You're assigned to administrative review.
Derek, I can't help it if you don't review the evidence properly.
Jesus Christ. That was my case. You had no place, no remit.
All right, Derek, all right. Rose, Mr. Jonathan Rathman, solicitor, has faxed us a letter asking that you stop harassing his client. Is there something I need to know? I'm sorry about that, Wendy. I think, I think maybe I got a little involved. He rather won me over. Sorry. Okay. Well, you need to disengage from that. Straight away, Rose. Inappropriate relationships only distort your judgment. Rose? Okay. Okay. Sorry. But I would like to take a longer look at David McVeigh. There are anomalies in the evidence.
There are no anomalies.
The timetable of events doesn't add up, if you calculate it scientifically. Isn't that right, Maloney?
Well, I think, possibly...
See, Derek, we wouldn't want anybody to think we'd carelessly got something wrong, would we? Yeah, those are forensics. They can go on that desk.
Oh, come on, Rose.
Look, David McVeigh's solicitor was useless. He just went through the motions. And anyway, he died last year. We've got to check these things properly.
We?
They'll be gone in 2-3 weeks, tops.
Look, I'm not doing this. Can't you have your own office, Beth?
We allocated.
Because I can't work in this disorder.
Maloney, disorder is the way of the world. It's our default position. You've got to learn to relax there.
Well, I'm going for lunch.
Rose London. Mickey! Yeah, I got a new office. I missed you last night. Oh, God, I miss you all the time. Mickey, make love to me. Come on. I can imagine everything.
Rosie, I keep telling you, it's a bit difficult. Jesus, Rosie.
Hurry up, mate.
Okay. What are you wearing?
Nothing. Mm.
Hi. How are you getting on with Rose? I came to see if she wanted lunch.
Oh, no, she's not around at the, Yeah, it's a whole new experience.
She's full of surprises. A bit too full sometimes. You never know what's coming next with Rose. Tell her to ring me.
Tell me, Maloney, how exactly do you conduct a scientific time management exercise on a journey that took place 4 years ago?
I tell you what, I'll help you for a couple of days, and you'll participate fully, proactively, and without resentment in my management review, okay?
No problem. Everyone's happy.
The usual mistake is that conditions are never replicated carefully enough. People make all kinds of optimistic assumptions which don't take account of the random elements. Everyone underestimates how long it takes to do something. It's human nature. Doing everything exactly as it happened is the only way. Time of day, traffic conditions, type of vehicle. You've got to walk their walk, talk their talk. Hello? No thanks, love. I've already eaten.
Peking duck, please.
Peking duck, that's special order.
Yeah, just one, please.
A special recipe. You got 25-minute wait.
Pardon? You mind if I smoke?
I don't mind at all, love. But we got regs nowadays. This Nick's a smoke-free environment. Is that right, Sergeant Jackson?
Times have changed. We got regs for everything.
You didn't have a body in this case. That must have been puzzling.
Well, you can't have everything. Blood and spunk's always a bad combination in the back of a motor. If you'll pardon me for being direct.
You can be as direct as you like, Sergeant. Now, I've reviewed Mr. McVeigh's trial notes. It appears that you withheld rather a lot of material from the defense lawyer.
For example?
Well, a witness statement from Mr. Cheelong, the owner of the takeaway on Dagenham Road, for example.
We only have to turn over relevant evidence to the defence. The guy was never called. Don't think he the English too good.
Nevertheless, I'd like the document. Mr. Chee's unsure of the events now, but he says he gave a full statement to the police at the time of Lindsay's disappearance.
Miss Linden. Is it, miss? I've got to tell you, we don't take kindly to an inference that we concealed anything on this case. The jury took 57 minutes to convict him. Now, if you want to put an evidence order through the proper channels...
Mr. Maloney. I'm here to accept all the materials undisclosed to the evidence on the Queen versus David McVeigh. Oh, and I'll take it now. Wouldn't want anything to go missing.
You CGRA lot of arrogant little shits. You, what, you bag carrier?
Yes.
So take your boss and piss off. We got better things to do than deal with this half-assed bollocks. My own daughter was in the same choir. I searched for that girl behind those buildings on my hands and sodding knees, trying to keep off the dog shit and syringes, all right?
Is there a superior I can speak to?
You can talk to me. Inspector Alan Carraway, Regional Missing Persons Unit. Heard you were coming. Thought I'd come over and introduce myself. Now, is there a problem? In the old days, we used to throw everything away once the appeal process was over. It's all recorded now. We tried to be more open.
Tell that to your detectives.
There's a lot of emotions when kids are involved. They feel they got the right man. I coordinated that search. It wasn't nice. Feelings run high, you know. Probably because of the family link.
Family link?
Yeah, Craig McVeigh used to be a police officer here. Very popular guy, apparently. Right, here we go. I'll get someone to carry them out for you.
It's all right, we'll manage.
No need to be so distrustful, you know. We don't appreciate it. Anything else I can help you with? Please let me know.
Thanks.
Rose? You okay?
You got children?
No. You?
Calm. Maybe to do with diabetes. They say my lifestyle's wrong.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Let's go.
She's going to want to go through the whole thing again. You have to remember what happened that night. Now, here's a copy of your first statement. You need to be sure...
Craig doesn't want you doing this.
Craig doesn't understand. Now, let's go through it.
He said that he spoke to you.
Do you want to stay here, David?
I want to see Kathy and Cameron.
Well, you can't, boy. Not till you're innocent. Now, concentrate like I always showed you. I'll read it so you can remember.
Maybe I did it, Mum. I've done bad things.
No. Never.
Who did it then? Who killed Lindsay, Mum?
It's me. Maybe trouble. She's been here. She's got the evidence boxes.
Hello, David. Good to see you again.
Hello.
Come to remind you, gotta be a good boy.
Okay.
Right. Cover your face.
Yeah, well, sort it out. Sort it out. You're the police, for Christ's sakes. Yeah, I retired, okay? There's nothing that... You know that? Jesus. Okay, okay.
Pathology. Chart sheets. Witnesses. Long. Oh, okay. Game on, boys.
I can see you, Rose Linden.
You big baby Jonathan ringing your lawyer.
I know. I'll have to think of something more creative.
I'm busy at the moment, Jonathan, but I haven't forgotten you.
Goody. I met your boyfriend once, you know. Inside. Mickey. Nice lad. Shame about the life sentence. You must get lonely. You are lonely, aren't you, Rose? Why don't you come up? I'll show you what you're missing.
Another time, Jonathan.
Can't wait, baby.
Go on. Hold them up. Let's see them. Jesus. Look at those guys. It's a silly cry about, eh? Come on. Can we walk through? Start going out, eh?
Oh, that's nice.
Maloney? Yeah, I know it's late. Can you come over, please? No, come over here. I've found her.
You killed Lindsay.
I didn't.
You can't do this.
Her blood was in your van. And your spunk, you dirty little pervert.
Now, I'd hate to have to hurt you, Rose, obviously. Not unless you're very, very bad.